The vehicle assembly line, how cars became faster, cheaper, and everywhere. Part 1. Problems, significance, and root causes. Part 1. Problems in the early days. In the first years of automobile production, building a car was slow, expensive, and inconsistent. Many cars were handmade by skilled craftsmen or small shops. Each vehicle required custom fitting of parts, and workers often moved around a car as it was built. This meant production was labor-intensive and time-consuming. Because every car was different, quality varied from one vehicle to the next. Repairs were common, and buying a car was a major investment few families could afford. Supply and logistics were also weak. Parts had to be sourced from many small suppliers, and delivery was unreliable. Factories were inefficiently arranged, with machines and workstations scattered so workers wasted time walking between tasks. The cost of raw materials and labor kept car prices high. Small producers could not scale, so the number of cars produced per year stayed low compared with the demand that began to grow as cities and roads expanded. Safety and worker issues were part of the problem too. Workshops were cramped and dangerous, with poor lighting and little equipment to help the workforce. Long hours, repetitive tasks done without ergonomic design, and minimal training led to injuries and high turnover. These conditions made steady, high-quality production hard to sustain. Part 2. Significance: why the assembly line mattered. The need for a better way to build cars mattered because transportation changed how people lived and worked. Cars allowed families to travel farther for jobs, school, and shopping. They helped move goods faster across the country and supported new industries, roads, gas stations, motels, and parts suppliers. Lowering the cost and increasing the number of cars available meant more people could own them, which reshaped American cities, created suburbs, and changed patterns of life. A faster, more reliable manufacturing method would make cars affordable for more families, create steady factory jobs, and encourage investment in roads and other infrastructure. It would also let automakers respond better to demand, making more cars when people wanted them and supporting economic growth. In short, improving car production had wide effects on the whole economy and everyday life. Part 3. Causes: why early problems existed. Several root causes explain why early car production was inefficient and costly. 1. Craft production model. At the start, cars were built like furniture or watches by craftspeople who assembled parts by hand. This model produces high-quality custom items but does not scale well. Each vehicle took lots of skilled hours, so output stayed low and costs high. 2. Lack of standardized parts. Different makers used different parts and measurements. Without standard parts, assembly required fitting and adjustment for each car. This increased time per vehicle and made repairs complicated. 3. Poor factory layout and workflow. Factories were not designed around efficient movement of work. Machines and workstations were placed without systematic planning, causing wasted worker motion and transportation of parts across the plant. 4. Fragmented supply chains. Suppliers were small and local, deliveries were irregular, and coordinating many vendors increased delays and inventory problems. There was little use of standardized contracts, forecasts, or scheduling systems. 5. Limited management systems and metrics. Early plants lacked management practices to measure cycle time, defect rates, or labor productivity. Without data, managers could not diagnose bottlenecks or improve processes. 6. Low mechanization and tooling. Many assembly tasks were manual because specialized tools and jigs had not been widely developed. This made assembly slower and more dependent on worker skill. 7. Labor practices and training gaps. Workers often received minimal training and rotated between tasks, preventing development of focused skills. High turnover meant constant retraining and instability in production capacity. 8. Market and financial constraints. Early automakers had limited capital to invest in large factories, machinery, or research. Small production runs did not allow economies of scale, keeping per-car costs high. summary of causes. These causes interacted. Custom parts and poor tooling made assembly slow. Weak management and supply systems prevented planning and scale. Low capital limited the ability to invest in better factories and tools. Together, they produced an industry that could not yet meet rising demand for affordable, reliable cars. What comes next? Part 2 will examine measurable effects and statistics from the early industry and early experiments with mass production, describe signs and symptoms that showed the need for change, and review the initial attempted solutions that failed. Part 3 will explain the breakthrough, the moving assembly line, and the step-by-step model that solved the problems and the lasting lessons learned.
All right, let's wrap this up with Part 3, focusing on the long-term ripple effects and the powerful lessons we can learn from Henry Ford's journey. The Assembly Line Dreamer, How Henry Ford Revolutionized America, Part 3, Lasting Legacy and the Lessons We Still Learn. Henry Ford's impact didn't end with the last Model T rolling off the line in 1927. His innovations left an indelible mark on American society, the global economy, and the very way we think about production and consumption. While his methods brought immense progress, they also sparked new challenges and debates that continued to shape our world. Understanding these broader long-term effects and the lessons learned helps us grasp the full scope of his legacy. Broader effects, the transformation of a nation and beyond. Ford's vision for an affordable car unleashed a cascade of changes that went beyond the factory floor. 1. Urbanization and suburbanization. The car fundamentally changed where and how people lived. With affordable transportation, workers could live further from their jobs, leading to the rapid growth of suburbs around major cities. This decentralization reshaped urban planning, daily commutes, and community structures. Downtown areas, once the sole hubs of commerce, saw competition from new suburban shopping centers. 2. Economic growth and new industries. Ford's success spurred massive economic growth. Not only did the auto industry itself become a behemoth, but countless related industries flourished. Steel, rubber, glass, oil, road construction, gas stations, motels, diners, all experienced unprecedented expansion, creating millions of jobs and new forms of investment. The automobile became a key driver of the American economy. 3. Increased personal freedom and mobility. For ordinary Americans, the Model T represented unparalleled freedom. Families could now visit relatives in distant towns, access new recreational areas, and explore their country like never before. It broke down rural isolation, allowing farmers easier access to markets and social events. This newfound mobility profoundly changed social patterns and individual experiences. 4. Rise of consumer culture and the middle class. Fordist model of high wages and affordable goods helped solidify the American middle class. Workers could not only afford a car, but also other mass-produced items like refrigerators, radios, and washing machines. This accessibility to consumer goods became a hallmark of the American dream, shifting the nation from a saver-oriented economy to a consumer-driven one. 5. Environmental impact and resource consumption. The widespread adoption of automobiles brought new environmental challenges. Increased burning of fossil fuels led to air pollution, and the demand for materials like steel and rubber placed immense pressure on natural resources. The automobile also contributed to sprawling development, altering landscapes and ecosystems. These were unintended consequences that society continues to grapple with today. 6. Changed nature of work. While Ford's assembly line brought prosperity, it also created highly repetitive, often monotonous jobs. The de-skilling of labor meant that workers performed simple, isolated tasks rather than crafting an entire product. This led to psychological challenges for workers, prompting questions about job satisfaction and the dehumanizing aspects of industrial labor, which social reformers and unions began to address. 7. Global industrial model. Fordism wasn't just an American phenomenon, it became the dominant industrial paradigm worldwide. Manufacturers in Europe, Asia, and beyond eagerly adopted Ford's principles of mass production, standardization, and scientific management. This global spread of his methods fundamentally reshaped manufacturing and international trade throughout the 20th century. Lessons learned from Henry Ford's journey. Henry Ford's story offers a rich tapestry of insights, both positive and cautionary, for entrepreneurs, innovators, and society as a whole. 1. Vision and persistence are paramount. Ford's unwavering belief in an affordable car for the masses, despite early failures and skepticism, is a powerful reminder of the importance of a clear vision and tenacious persistence. He didn't just chase trends, he created a new reality because he truly believed in his idea. 2. Innovation is more than invention. Ford didn't invent the car or the assembly line. His genius was in innovating how these elements were combined and scaled. He demonstrated that true innovation often lies in process improvement, organizational design, and making existing technologies accessible and affordable to a broad audience. 3. The power of standardization. His relentless focus on interchangeable parts and simplified design was a foundational lesson. Standardization dramatically reduces costs, increases efficiency, and makes products easier to repair and maintain. This principle is still critical in nearly every industry today, from electronics to construction. 4. Customer focus drives success. Ford understood that a product's success isn't just about its engineering, it's about meeting a genuine need at an accessible price. His focus on creating a reliable, affordable car for the multitude directly tapped into an unmet market demand and transformed consumers into stakeholders. 5. The double-edged sword of efficiency. While the assembly line brought unprecedented efficiency and lowered costs, it also highlighted the potential for repetitive labor to be dehumanizing. This teaches us that while efficiency is vital, businesses must also consider the human element and the impact of work on their employees' well-being. Modern management often seeks to balance efficiency with employee engagement and empowerment. 6. The interconnectedness of economy and society. Ford's $5 day demonstrated that paying workers well could not only boost morale and productivity, but also create a robust consumer base for the products they made. It was a revolutionary idea that underscored how business decisions can have profound social impacts, linking industrial success with broader economic prosperity and the growth of the middle class. 7. Adaptability is key to long-term success. Ironically, Ford's later weakness became a lesson for future generations. His stubborn refusal to change the Model T's design or offer color options for many years eventually led to Ford losing market share to competitors like General Motors, who offered annual model changes and diverse options. This shows that while a strong vision is crucial, businesses must also remain adaptable and responsive to evolving consumer demands and competition. Henry Ford's journey reminds us that truly revolutionary ideas often face initial resistance, but with determination and ingenious problem-solving can reshape the world in profound and lasting ways. His legacy is a complex one, celebrating progress and prosperity, while also prompting critical reflection on the social and environmental costs of industrial advancement. The roads he paved, both literally and figuratively, continue to define much of modern life.